Oh, real quick, since I do have a few minutes before I need to start packing everything into the car, let's discuss enrichment. Especially since Circuit is playing with one of their all-time favorite toys. Pigeons are not parrots. They cannot climb, they cannot cling, they cannot chew. None of those activities are involved in foraging or play. They forage by pecking seed off the ground. And I actually do plan to purchase them a forage mat, which is basically just a silicone mat with fake grass on it. And I'm going to toss safflower seeds into the blades of grass. That simulates the natural behavior. You can see how empty their room is for the most part. And somebody coming from a pigeon background thinks this looks absolutely barren. So barren that it is barbaric. These birds must be bored to tears. They're just not parrots. I don't have perches everywhere because pigeons hate a cluttered flight space. A cluttered flight space makes them feel claustrophobic. It makes them very nervous. They are not going to want to move around as much if their flight space is cluttered. But they have furniture. Those shelves over there are not for me. They are for the pigeons. That table over there is not for me. It's for the pigeons. For pigeons, which are cliff nesters, something with rock texture is the most physically comfortable thing to stand on. They have bricks that they can stand on. They are one of the few animals, period, never mind birds, that recognize their reflection as a reflection and understand that that is not another bird. They enjoy strutting for the mirror. They enjoy practicing their song and dance. Some of them, Ninka, have even been observed coming in to land at several different angles to see how that looks. As far as toys go, like actual interactive objects that is not furniture, that, by the way, also for the pigeons. Each of those landing spaces is exactly pigeon sized, and so is the top of the chest of drawers. These are all play areas designed around the needs and preferences of a pigeon. Their holy trinity of favorite toy shapes is stick-shaped, shiny, and jingly. A pigeon's favorite game is house. When they are babies, they like to practice building nests well before they're going to actually build a nest. And we've discussed this in previous videos. But, excuse me, Sir Cat, I'm sorry. This is actually a typical pigeon nest. None of that pine straw in there was brought in by me. It was all brought in by him. He brought it to her. She arranged it around herself. And in a span of 3 days, he completely emptied the flower shop, which is their nest material repository. They actually have a station that is full of nest material that they can take back to their mates. That is part of their enrichment. Safflower seeds are not part of their daily diet. They are extremely high fat, and they have a pleasant texture. Pigeons can only taste fat and salt. They only have about 40 taste buds. Most of their enjoyment of a treat is from the texture, and safflower seeds are high fat and have a pleasant texture. They are also easy to feed this way, and when you're bonding with a young pigeon, feeding a safflower seed between 2 fingers like this simulates a beak. Before we moved, I had most of my birds trained on their name by calling them by name and giving them safflower seeds one at a time. That did not make me mother, that made me something more like a flock auntie. In every flock, feral or in human care, there is always 1 or 2 birds who will feed anything that asks. Whether it's their baby or not, they will feed it. I refer to those as flock aunties or flock uncles. They are not common. There is only 1 or 2 in any given flock. And they can be birds of any age. I have seen babies flock auntie or flock uncle for their for younger birds. What you doing? And what he's doing, well, we can't see his reflection from here, but he can, is he is strutting in front of the mirror. He's also glancing back at the other birds. He's watching to see where his wife went. Their field of vision is ridiculous. The only thing they cannot see is directly behind their own heads. So when they turn their head straight at something or slightly side on at something, they are paying particular attention to that thing. They can move their eyes in the socket, but only a very, very little. And one of the changes to our training program and to our baby package is going to be that babies will be kennel trained. We are trying to develop a breed not just for therapy work. I say therapy work because that's the only legal application. They cannot legally be considered service animals at this point. Only dogs and in some cases miniature horses can throughout the US. But pigeons are capable of service tasks like medical alerts. And once I prove concept and work out the logistics, I hope to have the law for service animals expanded to include service pigeons. In order to do that, I have to develop a breed to perform the other service tasks, the more simple service tasks. For example, a service dog does not live among a pack, even though dogs are pack animals. The human family is their surrogate pack. But their full attention has to be on their handler. And that actually comes more naturally to a pigeon, because while they are flock birds, they are happy in a large flock. Domestic pigeons, when socialized by people the same way a puppy or a kitten is, not removed and hand-fed, mind you, just gently handled while the parents feed it. Gently accustomed to human contact, to human voices, to human faces, makes humans part of what the pigeons consider a mixed species flock. Pigeons raised this way can comfortably live in a human flock. And part of our selection process for future breeding will be how those birds handle harness training and how those birds handle kennel training, because those are 2 very vitally important aspects of a service animal living with people. I'm going to be developing this process and these birds very slowly with the utmost care, because nothing rushed is ever done well. However excited I may be for an idea, I have to constantly be on myself to slow my roll. Hi, Sir Cat. Hi, Sir Cat. What you doing? You want me to scooch aside so you can hop up on the table? Or were you trying to see if there's anything else in the flower shop? I'm sorry, baby, the flower shop is empty. The flower shop is empty, baby. The flower shop was most recently filled by generous gifts from Cindy's pigeon service. She always packs a bag of pine straw with their grit. And here lately, she has also been sending us a small bundle of dried lavender, which my children have very, very much enjoyed. They also sell bundles of dried lavender. I highly, highly recommend you go buy some. The pigeons really like them, and they make your loft or the pigeon room smell so nice. Oh, and we're running out of time, so it's time for me to go to work.